evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Friday, November 7, 2025. Making the headlines tonight, Belize's tourism sector expected to feel ripple effects of U.S. government shutdown, OSH bill closer to being approved in Parliament, and Unitedville resident injured in shooting. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Get ready, Belize. The deals are drumming louder than ever at Benny's. On November 18th, for one day only, Benny's is turning up the savings with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event. Find amazing discounts on selected items such as paints, fans, lights, faucets, tiles, and so much more. Plus, get B-Bucks with every purchase. Remember, B-Bucks is free money. So don't miss out. Visit any Benny's location countrywide on Tuesday, November 18th. Drum up some savings this massive season with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event only at Benny's. Quality and
Benny's,
savings.
Benny's. Oh, Benny's, Benny's.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westbell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
I encourage you to take good care of your device. Cherish them because they have great value, not just in dollars, but in what they represent. Opportunity, trust, investment in your future. Treat them responsibly and make the most of every chance they bring to help you grow and succeed in life.
Use these Chromebooks. They're a tool. And this tool can get you around the world very fast. Please utilize it so that in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, right from here, right from amongst you guys, we will have the next Minister of Rural Transformation and the next Minister of Education right here from Toledo again.
As we hand over these digital devices here in Toledo, we reaffirm our belief that education is not just a government priority. It is a national mission. Together through Plan Belize and programs such as Future Skills for the Future, we are shaping a Belize that is better prepared, more connected, and more empowered than ever before.
Un grupo de gente que hemos trabajado muy duro y la tierra es para la gente de Bellavista. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan tener tierra. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan desarrollarse en el futuro. Algo que les hacía falta por mucho tiempo. Nuestros padres vienen de las fincas bananeras. Somos gentes que hemos sufrido mucho. Y ustedes como jóvenes se merecen mejores oportunidades.
If you didn't have land before, you will have land now. Once you have land, you have wealth.
I think they want to build, they want to settle.
I'm already having dreams of my home and everything.
You know, the wires are just, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I can finally begin to build a house.
It's just a great feeling, you know.
Mi amigo es un hermano, una persona para el pobre. ¿Estamos de acuerdo?
Welcome back. With your news, sitting in for Drea Espinoza, I am Marisol Amaya. Tour operators and others who make a living from tourism have been complaining about the relatively slow high season this year. The majority of tourists who visit Belize come from the United States, and with the ongoing government shutdown there, stakeholders in the tourism sector are concerned. Efren Perez, the president of the Belize Tourism Industry Association, says the slowdown is yet another reminder that their members, along with the government, must work to broaden Belize's appeal to tourists from other countries and regions.
Something that we've been working towards in terms of BTIA, trying to get our members to start to look at a diverse product. We have Central America. I'm very much engaged in terms of really trying to get the whole regional integration on point, and really getting members to start to look outside of the box, pretty much, to avoid situations like these. As you know, if the US sneezes, we catch the cold. Kind of thing, and it does reflect right now. It's going to be very challenging for many hoteliers right now, in terms of the impact that this will create leading up to high season. I mean, we're really into high season as is, these cancellations right now, the furlough of workers in the airports in the US, all of this has and will have a direct impact on our industry. That is without saying. But for us, I think it is time for us to start to encourage our industry to start to look at the diversification of the markets. To explore Central America as a regional travel opportunity. I've spoken to the Ministry of Tourism, particularly in terms of really starting to look more into detail as to how we can start to take advantage of the regional connections that we have. Guatemala has flights coming in from Europe, so does Honduras, so does Salvador, so does Panama. We do have connections to these airports. And I think we need to start to look at that when it comes to that diversification of our industry, the European market. In particular, we have Mexico next door. All of these are areas that we need to start to explore.
Until then, however, Perez says they do expect a shortfall at the start of the high season.
Absolutely. I think that, it is unprecedented, really and truly. I think this is the second time, from my understanding, that the US goes through a shutdown of this nature. I think in the 1980s, they had one. But this significantly right now at the start of the high season, pretty much, it will definitely have an impact. It is really beyond our control in terms of what is going on in the US. We are hopeful that they would come to a resolution in terms of, passing on the spending bill that they have. But nonetheless, I think it will have an impact. And even for hoteliers, I think right now, even if they try to reach out and try to diversify, it's not an overnight thing at this point. No, right now it is pretty much trying to see where we can mitigate the impact that we will have. Brace for it, because we don't have any control over what is happening, but really look at it from a perspective whereby it gives us now the opportunity to realize that there is a need to diversify.
In related news, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, announced Wednesday that it would reduce air traffic by 10% across 40 high-volume markets to maintain travel safety. The FAA is imposing flight reductions to relieve pressure on air traffic controllers who are working without pay during the U.S. government shutdown and have been increasingly calling off work. Controllers already have missed one full paycheck and are scheduled to again receive nothing next week as the shutdown continues. Of the 40 airports that will be affected, 15 of them have direct scheduled flights to Belize. Southwest Airlines has since issued a clarification that international flights will not be affected by the new measures. Southwest added that most of their flights will not be affected and assured customers that if there are issues with their flights, the company will contact them directly. The fact that international routes will not be affected comes as great news for Belize, who has seen a somewhat disappointing tourist high season thus far, affected by global issues concerning tariffs, the aviation industry, and the economy on a whole. Minister of Tourism Anthony Mahler has said that the 2025 tourism figures thus far are about even with the figures for 2024. Efren Perez, the president of the Belize Tourism Industry Association, says the year so far has been characterized by highs and lows.
I think that 2025 has had its ups and downs, and obviously I think when it came to September, and even from September up to now, the impacts from the US has really had a story in terms of what has been transpiring. And really in September, you usually have your diaspora coming into the country, having ice now at the airports, from what I understand also, that has an impact. I mean, in terms of, do I go out, do I come in back? All of those little things, all of those little elements play a crucial role in terms of the decisions the traveler is making in terms of coming out of the country, when we look at it from the US side of it, no?
The current shutdown started on October 1st over a stalemate in Congress regarding funding negotiations. Observers say there is no end in sight to the stalemate, which has led to the longest shutdown in U.S. history, now into its 38th day. The last shutdown started in December 2018 during Trump's first term and ended after 35 days after a series of disruptions, including to air travel. The Occupational Safety and Health Bill, OSH, was finally introduced in the House of Representatives in June this year after a decade of elaboration, consultation, and review. This week, Labour CEO Valentino Schall shared that they expect the bill to be brought back for second reading whenever another House meeting is held.
Regarding the OSH bill, it went to the House. It went to committee. We had consultation with a large group of stakeholders, and I really want to say thank you to them because the feedback they gave us helped us to clarify many things and also strengthen the law to ensure that their interests are being addressed in the law. And so we took their feedback and we, together with the Ministry of the Attorney General, revised the bill. And the bill has now gone back to the House committee. So I believe that whenever there is a House meeting, it will go back to the House. So it's in its final stages.
During Thursday night's newscast, we reported that Curzon Free Zone businessman 39-year-old Nitin Buksani was targeted Wednesday before 6 p.m. at the speed bump at mile 8 on the George Price Highway near its intersection with the John Smith Link Road by an unknown male individual. Buksani was accompanied by his driver, Rene Arnold, in a gray Chevy Colorado. Arnold managed to rush to a hospital in Belize City for treatment. Some 19 shots were fired at the vehicle. Both Buksani and Arnold are recuperating from gunshot injuries to their bodies. Today, ASP Stacey Smith gave the media an update on the ongoing investigation and expressed concerns police have surrounding the incident.
Police are investigating a shooting incident that occurred on Wednesday, 5th November 2025 at approximately 5:40 p.m. This shooting incident resulted in the injury of Nitin Buksani and Rene Arnold. What the investigation has so far revealed is that Buksani and Arnold were traveling in a vehicle around mile 8 on the George Price Highway when they were fired upon by an unknown male person as they approached a pedestrian ramp in that area. Despite being injured, Arnold, who was the driver of the vehicle, was able to proceed to a medical institution where they both sought treatment. The investigation into this incident continues. The scene, which was processed, showed that the shells are related to a 9mm ammunition. The concerns from the police department hinges primarily on the fact that this was a highway. It was around 5:40 p.m. A lot of persons were traveling in that area. So certainly it is something that has raised great concern with the police department, and we are pursuing all investigative leads that we have so far discovered in an effort to successfully bring this investigation to a conclusion.
A resident of Unitedville Village, Cayo, was injured in a shooting that occurred just before 9 Thursday night. 38-year-old Kevin Trapp, a Belizean construction worker, was returning home when he was ambushed by two men, one of whom rushed up to the vehicle and fired multiple shots in his direction. Trapp was transported to the hospital by a family member and was admitted in a stable condition. Here is a...
Police are investigating a shooting incident that occurred on Thursday, 6 November 2025 at approximately 8:46 p.m. in Unitedville Village in the Cayo district. This shooting incident resulted in the injury of Kevin Trapp, a 38-year-old Belizean construction worker of that village. So far, what we know is that Trapp was on board his vehicle and near the community center in that area when he was fired upon by a male person, which resulted in the injury that he sustained. Police have detained one person of interest in relation to this incident and are following up on a number of investigative leads.
After the break, amendments soon to be introduced to expand protection for domestic violence victims. Stay with us.
When Shell V-Power flows through your engine, confidence flows through you. Choose the fuel that 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Yes, I want to do farming. Fruits, vegetables, anything. You don't have to go there and buy, you have your own thing.
This never happened when I come in the two, baby. That's what you do.
200 lots, more lots than people with land of question. So when I pick them when I'm buying yet to get land.
You could look at all of them, how happy they are. They're so, man, these people don't know how to express themselves right now.
People who have never had a land before, will live here for years, finally get something to say, okay, I have something in my name,
So when you get a piece of land, you have to hold on to your land. You have something to pass on to your picnic.
Use your land, make it useful.
Don't sell your land because it is gold. You're investing in your own selves and your children down the road.
I know how to say thanks again because it's a great achievement.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, Select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Welcome back. The news continues. The Ministry of Human Development, Family Support and Gender Affairs, in collaboration with the Attorney General's Ministry, the Ministry of Home Affairs, the Family Court, and the Justices of the Peace Association, has spearheaded amendments to the Justices of the Peace Act and the Domestic Violence Act, which would allow senior justices of the peace to sign interim protection orders when a magistrate is not available. The proposed amendments are expected to be tabled at the next sitting of the House of Representatives. The announcement comes as the ministry this week updated Cabinet and the Women's Parliamentary Caucus on the progress of Belize's national response to gender-based violence under the National Gender-Based Violence Action Plan 2024 to 2030. The ministry highlighted major strides in policy, legislative reform, and public awareness campaigns aimed at protecting vulnerable populations, including women, men, boys, and girls. These initiatives form part of the government's wider efforts to promote gender equality and strengthen institutional support for survivors of violence. The ministry announced that as part of the upcoming 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, the National Women's Commission will lead consultations on a revised domestic violence bill. The updated legislation integrates provisions from several related laws, including the Cybersecurity Act, Electronic Evidence Act, and Legal Aid Act, to strengthen Belize's legal response to domestic and intimate partner violence. The new bill also proposes tougher penalties for perpetrators and expands the definition of domestic violence offenses to ensure greater accountability and justice for survivors. 3 police street cameras were stolen off a pole and weatherbacks on Oleander Street in Belize City sometime between Saturday, November 1st and Monday, November 3rd. The theft was discovered by a sergeant from the Public Safety Monitoring Unit of the Eastern Division of the Police Department. The Grundig Bullet PTZ cameras were newly installed. In other police news, a Mennonite welder reported an aggravated burglary at his home in Bullet Tree Village, Cayo. 38-year-old Roger Reimer told police that on getting home at around 2 this morning, he was approached by 2 men, one of whom was armed with a pistol. He recounted that the intruders taped his hands and feet, and interrogated him, then stole $300 from his wallet and various household items. Upon escaping, they took his 2013 dark gray Dodge Ram 1500 four-door pickup with license plates C15217. The vehicle is valued at $45,000. ASP Stacey Smith told the media that police don't yet know the identities of the culprits.
On Friday, November 7th at around 2:15 a.m., police responded to a report of an aggravated burglary on Guanabelly Road, Bullet Tree Village in the Cayo district. Police spoke to an occupant of the residence who stated that sometime after 2:00 a.m., when he was making his way into his residence, he was accosted by two male persons who forced him inside his home and subsequently restrained him and stole a number of items from him, which include a pickup truck, being a Dodge Ram with license plate C15217, valuing over $45,000. Upon learning of this incident, police put into place a number of operational efforts, and we have retrieved and are in the process of reviewing a number of video footages that we believe will assist us with this ongoing investigation. We have not been able to ascertain the identity of the culprits. However, as I stated, upon being alerted of this incident, which was shortly after it occurred, several operational efforts were put into place, which we believe would have thwarted that eventuality, namely the vehicle making its way across the border. So we are conducting further operations in the area to see where the vehicle may now be stashed because of the efforts that we have made along the borderline.
In court news, the High Court is ready for the start of trial in the Michael Feinstein fraud case brought by Atlantic Bank Limited regarding the 23.4-acre extension of State Bank Island, which is registered in Feinstein's name rather than the developer for the cruise ship docking facility, State Bank Enterprise Limited. However, there is a delay as Feinstein appealed a decision of High Court Justice Rajiv Guniteleke denying his application to amend his defense. The matter was called before the Court of Appeal on Thursday, though the parties had hoped for a swift resolution and possibly even a decision that day. It was limited to case management, and the court was unable to grant a request for the session to be converted into a substantive hearing. Oral hearings have been set for November 20. The fraud case comes up for mention on November 21 at the High Court. Meanwhile, Justice Tawanda Hondura on Thursday struck out a defamation suit brought by Belizean-American Andre Gray against Jules Vasquez for news, stories, and commentary published in 2023 by Tropical Vision, which operates Channel 7. The claim was filed in December of 2024. The suit cited a 7 News script which stated, quote, "So, who really is Andre Gray? Is he indeed a great inventor who is responsible for the birth of social media, downloadable apps, and an entire genre of science fiction? Or is he just the inventor of a very elaborate ruse?" End quote. Vasquez's attorney Hector Guerra explained that Gray, who was represented by his brother, attorney Ian Gray, was suing the wrong defendant since the stories were not published by Vasquez personally. Rather, it was Tropical Vision that caused the publications.
From the beginning of this claim, we made it plain that you're suing the wrong person. That in fact, the entity who caused the statements that were being complained of to be published was in fact a company called Tropical Vision Limited. So we alerted the court to that from early 2024, and on the heels of that we applied for the case to be struck out. Despite having filed that application and having filed a defense to make that plain to the court and to Mr. Gray, over 10 months would have elapsed And Mr. Gray simply doubled down and said in fact he had the right person in front of the court and refused to fix his claim. As a result, he then proceeded and ultimately, some days before the actual hearing in this matter, filed an application to substitute the defendant from Mr. Vasquez to Tropical Vision Limited. But by the time he did that, defenses were in, applications to strike were already in, affidavit evidence proving that Channel 7 was in fact owned by Tropical Vision Limited, the company, were already in, and so ultimately it came up for hearing before Justice Tawanda, and he had to make a ruling on the application for the strikeout, which was in front of him and which had been filed first in time. And ultimately it's foundational. You can't sue the wrong person, and that's what it boils down to.
Gray can still bring a suit against the correct defendant. We asked Guerra what, in his estimation, would be his prospects for success.
Having assessed the evidence, we think the defense is strong. Naturally, and I'm speaking generally here, media stations, journalists enjoy defenses in law. They're allowed to speak on matters of public interest, and this is one of those matters which in our view would be captured because of the significant amount of public interest which involved the matter. And of course you'd be familiar with the fact that the gentleman had received the keys to the city and was getting public awards, and of course the public has every right to know that these individuals deserve the awards that they're receiving. So in our view, if you ask me, there are two strong defenses, which would be fair comment because it's a matter of public interest, and two, justification, meaning a lot of the comments in our assessment were in fact true.
In other news, last week, over 5,000 students across the country received Lenovo Chromebooks as part of the Ministry of Education's Skills for the Future initiative. Bishop Martin High School was the high school chosen for the Orange Walk district to be part of this pilot project. We have received reports of tension at the school since the students received the new devices. We are told that one of the items the students were required to have for the school year was a laptop, so virtually all the students already had their own devices. Reports are that when compared to the new Chromebooks, the students' own devices generally had better features, are more advanced, and in some cases larger for students with vision issues. According to the report received earlier this week, students were told by the school's principal, Angel Leyva, that they must use the new Chromebooks in class, otherwise they would be issued a demerit, and later banned non-Lenovo Chromebooks from the campus. Further reports are that a few parents opted to return the Chromebooks to the principal so that the ministry could redistribute them to students at other high schools who are more in need of such devices. Allegedly, Leyva refused to take back the devices, even telling the parents they could transfer their students to another school. According to a teacher at the school, the official reason for having students use only the Chromebooks is that they are able to block the students from accessing certain sites due to built-in security settings. However, these unwanted sites can be blocked from the school's Wi-Fi network. The teacher also admitted that the school didn't need the donations as the students already have devices, plus the school had gotten a donation of Chromebooks not too long ago. The teacher said they feel there were more deserving schools in Orange Walk. We understand that is, ministry officials have addressed the situation. CEO Diane Mejia has clarified that the Ministry of Education has no policy that forces students to use the devices they provided. She communicated via WhatsApp, quote, "In the case of Bishop Martin High School, we have requested that the students who have their own devices return The ministry issued Chromebooks immediately so that they can be reissued to students who need them. The goal of the program and indeed of the ministry is to continue to work to provide devices to all students who need them, end quote. After the break, Belize Marketing Board in Orange Walk targeted by masked robber. Stay tuned.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with smart supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Un grupo de gente que hemos trabajado muy duro y la tierra es para la gente de Bellavista. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan tener tierra. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan desarrollarse en el futuro. Algo que les hacía falta por mucho tiempo. Nuestros padres vienen de las fincas bananeras. Somos gentes que hemos sufrido mucho. Y ustedes como jóvenes se merecen mejores oportunidades.
If you didn't have land before, you will have land now. Once you have land, you have wealth.
I think they want to build, they want to settle.
I'm already having dreams of my home and everything.
You know, the wires are just, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I can finally begin to build a house.
It's just a great feeling, you know.
Mi amigo es un hermano, una persona para el pobre. ¿Estamos de acuerdo?
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westbell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, you know, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Get ready, Belize. The deals are drumming louder than ever at Benny's. On November 18th, for one day only, Benny's is turning up the savings with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event. Find amazing discounts on selected items such as paints, fans, lights, faucets, tiles, and so much more. Plus, get B-Bucks with every purchase. Remember, B-Bucks is free money. So don't miss out. Visit any Benny's location countrywide on Tuesday, November 18th. Drum up some savings this massive season with the Drumming Deals one-day sale event only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Oh, Benny's.
Personally, I want to thank the GOB, Government of Belize, for giving Ecumenical College its fair share of these Chromebooks.
We used to get our work done and learn on the typewriter. In the last 25 years, we have seen a complete transformation.
It is my esteemed pleasure to give a heartfelt thank you to the Ministry of Education and most notably to the Minister of Education, Mr. Rekenya, and his team for this tremendous donation to our school and our students. Please note that this gesture speaks volume to your dedication to our education system.
submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
I want to do farming, fruits, vegetables, anything. You don't have to go there and buy, you have your own thing.
This never happened when I come in the two, baby. That's why you look.
200 lots, more lots than people with the land of Ocasio. So when I pick them when I ban yet to get land.
You could look at all of them, how happy they are. They're so, man, these people don't know how to express themselves right now.
People who have never had a land before, will live here for years, finally get something to say, okay, I have something in my name,
So when you get your piece of land, you have to hold on to your land. You have something to pass on to your picnic.
Use your land, make it useful.
Don't sell your land because it is gold. You're investing in your own selves and your children down the road.
I know how to say thank again because it's a great achievement.
Police in Orange Walk are investigating a robbery at the Belize Marketing Board located on San Lorenzo Road. According to a cashier, at around 9:30 this morning, a masked man entered the building and stole an undisclosed amount of money. He then escaped on a motorcycle being driven by another male. ASP Stacey Smith provided more details.
On Friday, 7th November 2025 at approximately 10 o'clock a.m., acting upon information of a robbery, Orange Walk Police visited the Belize Marketing Board, which is located on San Lorenzo Road in Orange Walk Town, where they met and spoke with a cashier who reported that at some time after 9:30 a.m., a male person who was masked entered the establishment and he was armed with a weapon with which he made demands and took a black in color bag with an undisclosed amount of money being the property of the marketing board. The male person made good his escape with the assistance of another male person on a motorcycle. The investigators in Orange Walk have retrieved a number of video footages which are being reviewed, and it is believed that it will assist us in this investigation.
On Wednesday, 61-year-old Emeraldo Diaz reported to police that around 3 that morning, his son, 32-year-old Juan Carlos Diaz, arrived at his August Pine Ridge Orange Walk home with severe chop wounds to the body and collapsed at the door. He was rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital for treatment. Today, ASP Stacey Smith gave the media an update stating that police are seeking one person of interest.
On Wednesday, 5th November 2025 at approximately 7 o'clock a.m., officers attached to the Crimes Investigation Branch of the Orange Walk Police Formation visited the Northern Regional Hospital, having been advised that a male person who was exhibiting chop wounds was seeking attention at that institution. The identity of that individual was learned to be 34-year-old Carlos Diaz, a Belizean laborer of August Pine Ridge Village in Orange Walk District. What the investigation has so far revealed is that sometime after 3:00 a.m. on this day, 5th November, Diaz was accosted by two male persons who inflicted the wounds to him. Mr. Diaz was able to make it home and he subsequently sought medical attention. Police have interviewed a number of persons and we are seeking a particular person of interest.
In more court news, 49-year-old Francis Norberto was convicted on Thursday of molesting a 6-year-old girl. His charges were 1 count of assault of a child by penetration and 1 count of sexual assault. The victim, who is now 9 years old, testified in closed court that she was assaulted on 2 separate occasions in 2022. Norberto denied the accusations. However, Justice Nigel Pilgrim found the child to be credible and reliable. The matter proceeded to trial in July this year and lasted 3 days. Norberto now awaits his sentence on December 5th. He was represented by attorney Ronel Gonzalez, while the prosecution was led by Assistant DPP Portia Stain Ferguson. The Ministry of Investment, through its Investment Policy and Compliance Unit, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprises Aquaculture Unit and Shanush St. Viator Vocational High School, has completed training in tilapia farming and inaugurated 2 locally assembled tilapia culture tanks. The initiative, funded by the Government of Belize under the Regional Economic Development Master Plan for the Corozal District, aims to boost aquaculture development and create local income-generating opportunities. The Belizean-designed tanks were built entirely with locally sourced materials and can produce up to 300 tilapia every 5 months. 13 students received certificates in tilapia husbandry during a ceremony that was held on the day of the event. Present were government officials, school representatives, and private sector partners who supported the tank construction. The project forms part of ongoing efforts by the Corozal think tank, which is the steering committee for the master plan to promote sustainable economic growth in the district. And more young nature enthusiasts across Belize now have the opportunity to become rangers for a day. The popular environmental education program has officially been extended and is now open to students from Standard 4 through 2nd Form nationwide. The Ranger for a Day experience gives students a chance to step into the role of a park ranger and learn firsthand about protecting Belize's forests, wildlife, and cultural heritage. The one-day adventure takes place at the Mayflower Bokawina National Park, where participants will join real park rangers in activities that highlight the importance of conservation and natural resource management. General Mencias, Communications and Marketing Manager at PACT, said there are still spaces available.
We'll need leaders in the future, right, to be able to protect all these natural spaces that we boast so much about, the Mayflower Bokawinas, the Blue Holes, the Coxcomb Basin. All those spaces need people in there to continue this work. And so we find it imperative that we start doing that now, right? We can't wait until way in the future to do that. And so we think this is a good opportunity for young people to be motivated and inspired to fully understand what it is rangers do. I think they are probably one of the important parts, the backbone of conservation work in national protected areas. And so I think by having the opportunity to be on the ground and shadow rangers, see what the day in a life of a ranger is, it's an exciting experience for them. to be able to see, you know, if that's something they want to do. And it's a way we're bridging the gap, right, for people to understand what really goes on. And we're hoping too that these children can be ambassadors, so to speak about their experiences and encourage other children, their parents, their families, their friends, to also consider being a part of these efforts.
To apply, students are asked to submit a short letter describing why they want to be a ranger for a day, what inspires them about nature, and how they plan to help the environment in the future. The new deadline for submissions is November 12, and applications can be submitted through a Google form available on the Protected Areas Conservation Trust website. The Association of Protected Areas Management Organization, APAMO, is an umbrella association which aims to support the sustainable management of Belize's protected areas, protect biodiversity, and provide ecosystem services. Alyssa Roches, program director at APAMO, told the media that Ranger for the Day is a part of APAMO's strategic partnership framework that features several other initiatives.
So one of the main reasons we're here today is basically to highlight one of our longest relationship, which is that with the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PAC. For many years we have been working together, and in 2019 that relationship was formalized, and more recently, actually in February of this year, we renewed our partnership through the signing of a strategic partnership framework. And underneath this framework, we have several initiatives that we are doing jointly. And the one that we are basically featuring or highlighting today is called the co-marketing campaign. It's called a co-marketing campaign, under which we are featuring several different activities. The first one being the Face of Conservation, which we're basically highlighting the different park rangers at the different protected areas, because they are the ones on the front line. They're the ones risking their life on a daily basis. And so we want to show them our appreciation, and it's our way of saying thank you for even being willing to do this, because it's a job that requires a lot of strength, and that's one of the ways that we show our appreciation to them. Another activity underneath the co-marketing campaign is called the Then and Now series, which is basically us showing the evolution of protected areas over the years, particularly community-based protected areas. So what we did was basically highlight the protected areas in the state that they were before, and how they are now, the improvements, and then we basically use it as a motivation to show where we want to go eventually. Because they're not finished as yet, they have a lot they want to accomplish and do, and so we are using the Now and Then series as a motivation for where they want to go. Another component of the co-marketing campaign is the One Park, One Story, which is like a summary of everything that we're doing. We consider it a media visibility, one way to promote awareness and promote the protected areas, the importance of them, and the impact that the co-managers have within the communities. And the final component, and the main reason why we're here, is to speak about a Ranger for a Day.
And with that, we have come to the end of our newscast. A repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again Monday at midday. Join us again Monday for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BH&I app. I am Marisol Amaya. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.
Thank you.